What's going on, everybody? It is Jeremy here, back to talk about this week's upcoming final order cutoff for our indie comics coming up on this coming Monday. And this time, for the ones that I am looking at and looking forward to guaranteeing I get from my shop, I don't have any number ones. I have a lot of number twos, some further into their series, some I'm not even going to talk about today because I've talked about so many times they're on to their last issue. But today it's going to be some that make sure that if you missed that first issue, you guys go and pick these up. So we're gonna get into those in just a minute, but first make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Drop a comment below, let me know on this coming FOC, what are you looking forward to letting your shop know you want, and what books out there are you reading that maybe I'm missing and I should be picking up. So we'll get into these now. We're going to start out at Image, kind of go down through the catalog as I do every time. Again, that final order cutoff date is this coming Monday, and that's the last day that your shop can order these books and guarantee that they will get them for you. So first up from Image, we've got Radiant Pink, number 2 of 5, second book in the Radiant Pink series from Megan Camarena, Melissa Flores, and Emma Kubert. One of 2 Emma Kubert books that came out this last week. Her other one coming from Frank Miller Presents Pandora. But this one, another entry into the massive verse. And in this one, we got possibly far from home and unable to rely on her powers. Can Ava and her new companions survive long enough to figure out a way back? Or is this the end of Radiant Pink? And if it is, what do we do with the rest of this mini-series? Little meta there. We're going to go over to Boom Studios. We got Approach, number 3 of 5 from Jeremy Hahn and Jason Hurley, with art from Jesus Hervas. The monster could strike at any time, any place, and it's up to Mac and Abby to figure out how to stop it, while the surviving passengers do what they can to find refuge from the horror. With Jake as their eye in the sky, can Abby and Mac discover the looming monstrosity before it kills again? This has been a great horror monster story. I love the monster design. I love the whole setup of this story. I hope they dive into the mystery more of how that plane came from the past, and how this monster came to be, some origins. Love to see that. But even without that, I think this is going to be a fun, creepy monster story that could get pretty crazy. Issue 3s tend to get kind of crazy in miniseries, so we'll see what happens with this one. And we've got issue 4 of Eve on the list as well. Eve, Children of the Moon, number 4 from Victor Laval and Joe Migyong. While mysterious newcomer provides new revelations about his work to Eve's sister, it seems that the threats to humanity could also be from an unexpected source. Meanwhile, Eve, Wexler, and Celine form a fellowship to rescue Eve's sister, one that threatens to provoke civil war. And then this is a big Boom week. We've got Grimm number 7, second issue, back in the second arc. Jess's means of moving between the world of the living and the realm of the dead going awry. When everyone becomes marked for death, but no one is dying, the consequences could be catastrophic. I love this world. I love what Stephanie Phillips and Flaviano are doing here. I hope this continues to go on. Like what happened with Something Is Killing the Children, the success that it had with its first arc. I hope we see that with Grimm, and I hope Stephanie gets to tell this story for a long time. Know Your Station, also on FOC. This one, issue 2 of 5 from Sarah Gailey, Liana Kangas. We've got issue 1 from this week. I'm still reading that, as it's actually what I was reading right before starting this. I got a couple pages in. It's fantastic, but had to record this now to make sure I get this done on time. But what's going on in issue 2? The horror heats up for the ultra wealthy in their supposed sanctuary. Elise finds herself dragged deeper into the conspiracy as the last body she wants to go missing does. Even worse, her addiction withdrawals are getting worse and causing terrible hallucinations. But those drug-induced delusions are nothing compared to the gut-wrenchingly grisly discovery that she's about to make. And we got more in the Slaughterverse. House of Slaughters back with issue number 11 from James Tynion IV and Tate Bromble writing, with Werther Dell'Edera and Antonio Fuso on artwork. New series artist joining returning writer Tate Bromble to reveal the next chapter in Jace's story. We're going back to Jace from the first arc. No longer the monster hunter he once was, and unaware of Aaron's fate, Jace's new mission is to protect the orphans under his care. Can he save them from not just the monsters, but his own rage and guilt? One of these children may be in even worse danger than Jace knows, as a strange pair of eyes watches him from the woodland shadows. And Something is Killing Children number 28 is also on the cutoff. So we got 2 Slaughterhouse books this week. Slaughterverse. I'm going Slaughterhouse. Wow, the book. Slaughterhouse 5. There we go. As Erica closes in on the Duplicitype, another hunter closes in on her. Time is running out for Erica as the ruthless Cutter leaves her with nowhere left to turn. Weakened and unable to flee from a town that's too full of suspicion to trust her, can Erica find a way to save the people of Tribulation before Cutter arrives? Can she even save herself? And the last one from Boom, Specs, issue number 3 of 4, from David M. Boer, Chris Sheehan, and Roman Stevens. This one, we haven't gotten issue 2, so that's probably coming next week. I'm about to look at those books here soon. But issue 1 was fantastic. It's gonna go probably to some dark places for what these Specs can do for these kids. Ted is behind bars at the police station after his wrongful arrest, but he's unfortunately far from alone as an angry mob blames him for Skunk's murder. Kenny is desperate to help, relentlessly searching for the company that created the magic Specs. Well, will a Hail Mary wish be enough to get Ted off the hook and set things right? Or will it just drag him deeper into trouble? And then going into the comics and graphics novels section, we've got from Sumerian Comics, we've got 3 books from Sumerian. We got Firstborns number 2 of 4 from Emiliano Pliskin, or Ian E. Pliskin, and Luca Vassallo. The next morning after the nightmare, Stan heads to his high school located in the small town of Marcotte, believing that what had happened was just a dream. During his first class of the day, Stan discovers that his partner David has disappeared. David's parents, along with the local police, explore the school in search of clues regarding the whereabouts of their son. This fact raises alarm not only for Stanley, but also for the gang of bullies led by Connor Hardy. Visions continue to haunt Stanley for the rest of the day, entangling him even more in the vanishing of his classmate David Pilgrim. Another one I have not gotten to from this week's stack. This is everything I still have not read from this week, so I've got a ways to go, but this looks great. Art is fantastic looking. This is the team that brought us Heavy Metal Drummer, which I loved how trippy and weird it was and dark. So I'm looking forward to this. All these books coming in the new year, January 4th or later. And the next one is going to be Sumerian's first number 1 of 2023. And it's How I Became a Shoplifter from Tom Brayfogle, Daniel Hilliard, Jordi Perez, Gabriel Falzone, and Kimi Kusash. Crime Through Boredom, a year-by-year look at the final generation of juvenile delinquents before technology took over. Watch the comical cast of characters grow up as each chapter is set in a different year of adolescence from 1996 to 2003. The first issue tells nostalgic tales of toy store heists, grand theft beer runs, backstage buffoonery, counterfeit cash, and clown weed. 32 pages of art by Daniel Hilliard, Jordi Perez, Gabriel Falzone, and more. There are some preview pages on the Previews World website for this already, so go check those out. This looks like it's going to be a great new hit series from Sumerian, the comic company formerly known as Behemoth Comics. There are some really cool covers for this too, some homages out there, so don't miss out on your chance to pick up some of those. The other Behemoth book, we'll throw this in here right now, is Nobody's Girls, issue number 3 of 3, written by Damian Connolly, art by Matthias San Juan, and it's Lupe's search coming to an end, Emmett finding out what happened to the girl, but this will lead him away from Norma, a night full of ghosts and a desperate ending. This series, of course, Damien Connolly, creator of You Promised Me Darkness, Follow Me Into the Darkness. Another great story from his mind. And lastly, from Scout Comics, we've got Killcella number 204 on Cutoff from Mario Candelaria and Lataro Havlovich and Serge Acuna. It's showtime. The crew deals with the negative side of festival life as they prepare for Topanga Cornell's once-in-a-lifetime performance. This is the hottest ticket in town that her fans would literally kill to attend. Issue number 1 was so good. I put a review of it up on the You Promised Me Comics channel. That link down in the description. Go check out that review. It's a fantastic story. So highly recommend you go pick this one up. You can pick it up from Scout Comics website or your shop if it's still got some copies. Let them know you want to get it. And that is the books on FOC this week. Like I said, there are a lot of books on here, but no number ones for me at least to talk about. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this is helpful in getting your orders in on time for these books. I know it doesn't capture all of the indie books. There's a lot of publishers that still aren't on FOC, but it does capture a good number of them still. So I'm hoping that does something to help you get the books that you're wanting to read. Let me know in the comments anything else you think would be helpful for that. I know there's a comment about getting a video up talking about maybe indie books in the catalog so that they can order them ahead of time, and that would be great if I get the time to do it. We got another catalog out right now. It could be something, if I can get it done in the next week, that would be beneficial. So we'll see if I get to that, but that's it for now. As always, collect what you love. See you next time.